You thought a narcissist was bad. Wait until you meet an avoidant. Wait until you meet an avoidant, boy.
The thing about avoidant people that you need to understand, man or woman, is you're going to embarrass yourself chasing them. Because these people are cowards. They will not make a move. They will not initiate anything. They are afraid of rejection. They are afraid of being told no. To convince themselves that this isn't true, they've convinced themselves that they don't need interpersonal relationships. They don't need anyone. So what ends up happening is they will settle. It'll look like a settle for you. It'll look like, why is he with her? Why is he with this girl? Why not be with the plethora of women that he could be with? It's because he wants to be with someone that he thinks is less than him. Understand that. They want to be with people that they think are not as good as them. They're not good people.
Hello guys, welcome back. Have you ever dated an avoidant person? And I'm not even talking about men only. This goes both ways. Do you know how difficult it is? Talk about the mental toll, the emotional roller coaster, the constant guessing, the push and pull. You know, it's exhausting. It's like emotional torture. And many people don't even realize what they are signing up for until it's too late. So we're going to watch some clips today. And I want you guys to pay attention to the patterns, the behaviors, the way it drains your energy, your peace of mind, and even your confidence over time. This isn't just a few bad days here and there. It's long-term mental and emotional strain. And it's exactly why being with an avoidant person can be so damaging.
I always say that fearful avoidants have the highest trait variability, meaning they're the most unpredictable inside of relationships. But if there is one thing they are predictable about, it's how they will sabotage a relationship. Not even necessarily leaving the relationship, but they will sabotage it day in and day out while they are in it. I'm Dr. Sarah Hensley. I'm a specialized social psychologist, and I've been studying attachment science in relationships for nearly 20 years. Fearful avoidant individuals had a dysfunctional parent, sometimes two dysfunctional parents. Usually we see a big T trauma in their childhood, something like a parent that abandoned the family, a really nasty divorce where the parents didn't get along and the kid was put in the middle, a parent with a very significant mental health issue that affected the family, a parent with a substance abuse issue that affected the family, maybe there was domestic violence, or the child was a victim of abuse themselves. That gets translated into, I cannot trust this caregiver. The caregiver becomes both a source of love and a source of pain for the child. And so what gets imprinted into the subconscious is, if I can't trust my own parent, who in the hell will I ever be able to trust in my life? And so they spend their adulthood seeking deep intimacy. Their deepest need is to be understood. They want someone to sink into them, to know them so well that they will predict their needs and just swoop in and meet them. It feels like if they have to ask for their needs to be met, it just doesn't count, that their partner just doesn't love them. And in fact, they're betraying them by not knowing them well enough to predict their needs. So they are always doing things to, one, test the trust of the relationship. Can I trust you? If I protest and I get silent, will you poke at me and ask me what's wrong? Will you see my pain and will you dig to try to understand me, because then I can trust you? If I am messy and hurtful and crazy and I still can see that you love me and that you accept me, then I can trust you. But it's never enough. All of those things, moving the goalpost and the partner kicking it through, test trusting through protest behaviors and the partner still sticking around, showing up as this very dysregulated, deep, crazy person, and still having a partner that will love you and show up for you, that should heal the betrayal wound, but it doesn't, because we are the only people that can heal ourselves.
I might get a lot of hate for this, but dating an avoidant is soul sucking. It is, because you're dating someone who's constantly telling you, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not sure. When you're confronting them with serious issues about the relationship. And I personally believe avoidants are for recreational use only. Okay? Because there is absolutely nothing you can do to make them a better them, to make them a better partner. There's nothing you can do. That is something that they have to always figure out on their own. If they're trying to figure it out while they're in a relationship with you, believe me, it's going to be so much work. And I think some of y'all like projects, and that's why you chase avoidance, or there's some type of excitement and not knowing, that it's unpredictable. So it's fun, but long term, it's exhausting. It's like arguing with someone who absolutely knows the answer, but they are deliberately pretending they don't know because they do not like confrontation and they do not like addressing the elephant in the room. So before you get in a relationship with an avoidant, or if you're in a relationship with an avoidant but you're not sure, just hear them say, I don't know, or it is what it is, or I'm not sure, or I don't know what to say. Every time you confront them about something they're doing to destroy the relationship in real time.
I saw a video earlier of a girl talking about healing after being discarded by an avoidant and mourning that person and the trauma attached to it. And I really want to give my own 2 cents on avoidant discards because I've never experienced it before until a couple months ago. And as someone who's been in relationships or even friendships or any type where I've been cheated on, lied to, betrayed, talked about, etc., I will say that an avoidant discard had to be one of the worst things I've experienced. I'm fully over the person who did it to me. Honestly, I don't even think I really missed them after the fact, but I will never be over what they did because it was probably one of the most dehumanizing experiences of my life. I felt like I was garbage. Like I was literally a piece of fucking garbage because what do you mean that you just wake up one day and just decide that you're never gonna fucking talk to me again? No conversation, no explanation, and no ever even apology even after the fact. Like no, nothing. Literally just thrown away like a piece of garbage. What happens is you're forced to sit there and your brain naturally wants answers and you're not going to get them from them. So you sit there and you try to think of every case scenario. You think, oh, did I say this? Did I do that? Was it this? Was it that? Like it's torture. And eventually, because you're not getting answers, your brain's going to turn inward and it's going to be like, actually, none of this was fucking real. You made all this up. So then now you're going through the portion where you don't trust your own reality, you don't trust your brain because it's like, yeah, no, if it was as good as I remember it, or if it was really what I thought it was, how could it just end this way? I must have made it all up. I kid you not, I would literally cry to my friends for hours and tell them that I thought I was crazy, that I don't think I could ever date again, that I don't think I could ever put myself out there because I must be nuts. Like I must have made all of this up. And they would try to tell me, they're like, girl, like we saw it too. Like you didn't make it up. Like we were there. We've seen everything. Like they would try to ease my mind. But in the moment, it's like, that's not helping me. I like to think of myself as like a pretty strong person mentally. And this absolutely like broke me in ways that I don't think other situations have or ever will. I've come a long way since it, and I'm completely over the fucking person, but I will never get over what they did to me and what they put me through and the burden and pain that I had to carry with me for months.
Dating an avoidant person isn't just draining. It can make you question yourself constantly. You start noticing all the little patterns, the missed messages, the distance when you need closeness, the way they retreat whenever things get serious. And it doesn't matter how much you try to fix it, how much you try to explain, or how much you care. Avoidant behavior doesn't change unless that person decides they want to change themselves. Now, you begin to realize that their emotional wall aren't temporary. You can't pull them down, and over time, you feel exhausted, you feel frustrated, and sometimes even resentful. And not because you're weak, but because you're carrying the weight of a relationship that's always one-sided. So with that said, this is exactly why dating an avoidant person can be one of the hardest experiences. You can't change them, you can't force closeness, and the emotional toll isn't worth it. So my beautiful people, protect your peace, trust your instincts, and know your worth every single time. Because at the end of the day, you deserve someone who shows up fully, not someone who keeps you guessing. And with that said, my beautiful people, it's your girl Amy, and this is Call It Out, where we call it like it is and keep it real always. I'll catch you guys in the next one.